Welcome to another Dinkum video. Hey friends, welcome back. We are in 1.0 of the release of Dinkum, where we have full gameplay mechanics plus creative mode. And I wanted to show off a neighborhood featuring all the new NPCs and what the guest houses can look like and function as. This new mechanic that's been added to the game for renting the houses is pretty cool. Each guest house has a certain color, and that color corresponds to one of the new NPCs. First things first, though, you're going to have to go talk to Fletch, get a deed, and, plop down 95,000 dinks and set that bad boy up. If you want to upgrade the house later on and make it a little bigger, it's going to set you back to 220,000 dinks. So this is something maybe a little bit more later gameplay for those who have been playing for a while, rather than at the very beginning. Save your money and let's work up to this. But I've had a lot of people comment in my streams about, I just don't know what to do, like how do you make that look good? So I decided to create this cute little neighborhood in my creative mode island and show off what can be done. Now, granted, I'm playing in creative mode, so if you're playing traditional vanilla default gameplay, look, there's the new NPC Forest. Isn't she cute? She likes to carry around an axe. We don't ask questions. So let's go take a look at this little neighborhood and what look at that. I love it when they interact with you kind of like this. We're just going to be chill, stare at the screen. It's all good. All right, just kidding. Let's go take a look at the neighborhood and see what's what and do some home tours. So this first house here on the tour is one I built on a live stream right after the 1.0 release came out. And so some of you all got to see this happen in real time. If you want to check that out, I will link that video in the description down below. So to get the guest houses, you got to go talk to Fletch, plunk down 95,000 dinks. And, each house deed corresponds to a certain color, and that color corresponds to one of the new NPCs. There are 4 of them, and you saw 2 just now, Forrest and Doug. Once you pay your money to Fletch, you want to set your house down. Now, I wanted to make a traditional sort of neighborhood here. This is obviously my creative mode island. I could have gone big and done all this stuff, but I really wanted a really smaller neighborhood, kind of a 1980s feel of, when you played in the neighborhood with your friends. Everybody had their yard, decorated a certain way, but all the houses had a very similar feel and look to them. Those older neighborhoods, even now that's probably still the case. But the way you decorate the inside of the house determines the rent. And I believe for this one, I think we ended up getting like 32,000 dinks a week. The more expensive the furniture, the more expensive the rent. And I've also heard that if you put some trophies in your design, you'll get a little bit more money. Every single house is laid out just a little bit differently and utilizes different furniture. I did want to make it functional to be able to walk around and utilize any of the spaces. I really wish we could hang things on the wall. That's the only caveat here. And had some rugs. That'd be nice. You can also take a bath if you want. Just kidding. We're going to get up. But yeah, and then I also put boom boxes in every house with a cassette to just kind of give like an ambiance and a feel. But yeah, this is the first house. And then of course you come down the street and it's this beautiful tree-lined walkway. The entire time I worked on this all last week, the Mr. Rogers, "Won't you be my neighbor?" kept kind of flowing through my mind. It definitely gives that very quaint, cute, fun vibe that you would get in a Mr. Rogers TV show. I feel like this could definitely come right out of that. I think I'm such a cute game. Definitely gives off those vibes. But again, yard's a little different. You got some crafting tables. You got some, stuff that you would have in any kind of yard. And I decided to put a boat with this one too, because maybe Doug likes to go fishing. But yeah, I really liked how this all turned out. Buried some bottle trees here for some extra big bushes. Of course, when you're playing in creative mode, you have access to all the items in the game. So, it's going to be a little different if you play vanilla. If you try to decorate your house with just the items you have in vanilla, you're going to probably not get as much money. But, in creative mode, we have all the things. I'd love to see that the NPCs are now making friends with each other. Let's go take a look at this house. This one I wanted to have more of a cabin theme, a little bit more rustic, so I used rustic-like furniture. Again, color coordination, big deal to me. Do you hear that music? Isn't it amazing? James put cassettes in the game that you can now put in the boombox. And there's all different kinds. So every house has its own soundtrack, basically. I put a boombox in every house and put a cassette with every single house. So we used all the cabin furniture in this one. Definitely made this one a lot more expensive. I want to say that this one is like 36 or 38,000 a week. Super cute. You go down the street a little bit further, you got some seating areas. But then I also liked this little, like, you know, in Animal Crossing, we all like to do like the little bridge overlooks, you know, and I kind of copied that idea here. You've got this little waterway, but then you've got all these little bridges and you've got these little walkways, you know, something really pretty just to put next to the neighborhood. This area over here is a work in progress, so don't pay too much attention to that. Don't look behind the curtain, as we say. We've got this house over here. Again, similar setup, but also all the accessories are just a little different. I was trying to build a fire pit here. It's a little out of control. It's a little big, but you know, I kind of like it. Again, I utilize the recycle box here as kind of like a storage bin for outdoor tools and such. And then you've got some other accessories. This person here likes to keep bees, by the way. And, you know, fun. Now, I don't think I didn't really match the NPC to the decor. I just did what came to me in that particular day that I worked on it. Can't you tell I like the color green? I color coordinated everything. Some people might say that's way too much green, and you may be right. Again, you can do whatever you like, but this is just a jumping off point for ideas. I tried to make every NPC house layout slightly different, just to give you guys more options and opportunity to lay furniture out. This is both functional, but it is packed with furniture. NPCs can come in and sit down and utilize everything. So keep that in mind. You know, I think it does help your rent. I believe that the rent for this house is like $185,000 a week. Like I said, so these people got lots of money. In this economy, I don't know where they get it, but here we are. I put the bookshelf in here because who doesn't like to read a book in the bath? Again, a little bit different music in here. I think this is my favorite one, just because I like the color green. But that's another layout option for a house. And of course, the yard. That's one of the new NPCs. I believe this is River. I've only met them all one time, but it has been fun having new people on the island to interact with. Then I've got this house here where I utilize the new brick pergola. And yeah, I made it red. Longtime fans of the channel know I'm not a big fan of the color red, but sometimes you gotta put it in there because it's just, well, it's one of the primary colors. But again, we've got different accessories in the yard. Slightly different layout, not always, but just a little bit here and there to be different. I liked utilizing this fountain to go with all the brick here. And then I decided to do it split down like laterally rather than horizontally. So this is another layout idea, granted, jam-packed with furniture, but the NPC can sit in all the areas and use the bed. This one also, I think, is renting for like $185,000 a week. So the more expensive the furniture you use, and also if you throw in a few trophies, it makes it a little bit more, you know, you're going to make your dinks back big time with all of this. Now, this was all possible because I was doing this in creative mode. Obviously, if you were playing in the traditional vanilla style, this would be a little harder or take a little longer to achieve. But yeah, this is our beautiful little neighborhood where you can hum the Mr. Rogers theme song as you walk around and look at things. This area over here is still a work in progress, so we blocked it off so it wasn't too much. And then we've got this cute little neighborhood park right here. Over here, there's the townhomes, the row of townhomes. I do have a stream where I built those with my daughter and a friend of mine, SunnyAnn. And then we've got this beautiful heart-shaped pond. This entire build was built during last June's Pride Month. And so yeah, so we've got this wonderful, cute little neighborhood with all of the houses and yards. So if you need any inspiration on making a fantastic little neighborhood for your new NPCs, well, I hope this has served as a jumping off point for all of you. and that there's lots to take from it. You know, copy exactly, or use use it to put a spin on your own ideas. I've had a lot of fun putting this together. It took me, you know, probably 4 or 5 days working on it when I could, and getting it, you know, looking the way that I wanted, and preparing the area. And I think it looks like a neighborhood in any town, USA, or wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was super fun to do. Do you like my new outfit? I do. I am loving the 1.0 release. I hope you guys are as well. Stay tuned for more videos to come with all kinds of cool creative ideas and things that you can do on your creative build islands or your vanilla islands, whichever one. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me and taking a walk down the neighborhood street. And, you know, hopefully it's fulfilled you with lots of creative and inspiring ideas. All right, guys, y'all be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others. I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.